Hey everyone, Mr. Cutrera here. Today we're going to be drawing Sonic the Hedgehog. It's going to be advanced but fun. So here we go! Okay, so we have our alcohol markers and we have all the color names with some color pencils, and we have this time a special black paint marker. It's called, actually it has like this little black ball that is inside of it. It's called, the brand is called Deco Color, but it's more consistent and darker, so it's basically like a Sharpie but a little nicer. So for this drawing, we already just drew the ear, and now we're drawing the oval part of the top of Sonic's head. Now let's draw the other ear right here, and I'm making it a little hairy texture by making like not straight lines, making a little bumpy zigzag, really small zigzag lines that make it kind of look like texture of the hair. So now we're going to come around for the other side of his head, and it'll be like a big oval shape. So we'll start to connect that, but his hand, we're going to stop right there because his hand is going to be in front of his head. All right, now we're going to do the inside of his ear. And this one is actually not too much harder than the last one we drew, but it is going to be more detailed, and the way we color it is going to make it way more advanced and look better. So when I do the fast forward time lapse of the 3 minutes, if you pay close attention of how I shade everything, and I'll talk a little bit about it at the end, how to properly shade, that really is what makes it more advanced and not just basic. All right, so we're doing these little things that come off the side of his head. Kind of look like little shark fins. So one in the back, one in the front right there, kind of overlapping the other. And now we have his fist. So we're going to be drawing a curve, and now his fist is more smooth line. Right there was his thumb, and then here's his index finger. Then his next finger, simple curve and straight lines because he's wearing like a glove that's kind of smooth. So we're not gonna worry about, we're gonna make it more straight. All right, and there's his pinky. Then his hand, and I'm actually gonna separate some little spots because I want to add some lightning effects of Sonic. And I do have my paint black marker, which I'm using now, but I really want to buy a white paint marker. I'm gonna have to do that in the near future because I just use white. I'm gonna be using white color pencil for the lightning, but if I had a white paint marker, it would make it way better. Make the white really shine through. All right, so his glove kind of has two rings that mimic the same imprint of his hand, and then right here at the bottom is his elbow and his arm, which is pretty small, and then it's kind of fading back in the back. It's kind of going backwards, so it's going to get smaller, kind of like a triangle at the end. And we have some little breaks of line. Like I said, that's where the lightning will be. All right, so now we're going to do the eye. So we're going to make that curve, then make a curve that curves around the opposite direction, where he looks really intense, almost like he's mad. If he wasn't smiling, this is definitely what an eye that is mad looks like. All right, so we're gonna basically do the same thing on the other side. It's a little bit different. So we're gonna curve one direction, and then it's gonna go the other way. Then the inside kind of makes a different shape where it curves in there. And then it curves up. All right, and then the inside of his nose there. his like scrunched up face. We'll do a little lines there, but we'll do some shading there. That'll make it look better. And his right eye is a little bigger, and also his right ear, or at least the way we're looking at the right side, because that side is actually facing closer to us. So I made it a little bigger. All right, now we're gonna do the eye. It's like an oval, but the rest of the oval is gonna be hidden. And then like I said, yeah, this one is a little bigger because it's closer. Nice. Yeah, the paint stick, you can kind of get pretty thin lines and thick lines more controlled. So with a Sharpie, it's kind of the same. But with the paint stick, it's like really thick, consistent, dark black lines that are also kind of have a shine to it, which is kind of cool. But you can get different pressures, different thicknesses. All right, so then we're gonna do another little circle. So we have the oval mimicking another oval. And then in the top, that's like the reflection oval. So there's like 3 ovals. Okay, now his mouth curves a little curve that way, and then the main curve the other way. And now the nose. It's kind of like an oval, but at the very bottom, it's kind of thinner. Where it's kind of coming out. All right, now let's do the other side of his hair, kind of like the shark fins. And then we'll do some overlap effect here. One thing with paint stick though, you have to be careful with, it kind of takes a few seconds to dry. Unlike the Sharpie. So if your hand touches it, it could smear it. So I'm kind of having to be careful, go a little slower to make sure it doesn't dry. Okay, so we're about to start our fast forwarding. We're gonna finish this arm here. Try to pay some close attention to the way I do the shadows and highlights. That is what makes this really different and more advanced, as well as the detail and how we layer the base colors on top of the more details in the highlights and shadows. All right, so here we go.
Just like the street lights lit this town, like a fire in a blaze, gotta burn it down. Can't be afraid to leave this out. We got this far, don't know how. I see danger in your eyes. They know we'll burn down the night. Coming just like the sunrise. You know that we gonna let it out. Tonight, we gonna let it out. Tonight, we gonna let it out. Just like the sunrise, we gonna let it out. Just like a spark that's breaking out. Can't make a stop, can't turn back now. We know that there's no room for doubt. No, we can't turn back now. I see danger in your eyes. They know we'll burn down the night. Coming just like the sunrise. You know that we gonna light it up tonight.
Okay, as we're finishing up, I'm going to be talking about the things we did. So we're doing the highlights right now with the white. So I did some black, then we're going to go some white on top. I might do some more black and white, but usually highlights are best at the very end. Now, if you see at the very end, I'm going to show you guys, I did 4 colors of different levels of shading. So we have 4 different gray colors of marker. So we have some light shadows, some medium shadows, some dark shadows. That is what really pushes this, as well as all the little hairs and details of the white and black. And we even have some blue to reinforce the color. So we're just going in and adding details now. Okay, this looks amazing. Guys, we do have some different levels of self-portraits that are coming up next. I'm really excited for it. So make sure you smash that subscribe button so you get notified when those come out. I'll see you guys next time. Thanks so much for watching. Peace out.